Welcome back to Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. We're still deep in that 2021 excitement. It's all about the brand new year, and you can tell the energy, the excitement everywhere you turn, it's here, even in the movies.
Even in the most grumpy movie critic you know. Like, I always get this like 1-2 week burst at the start of the year where I'm like, yes, Hollywood's done it. And then by the end of the year, I'm like, we wasted money on film.
You're like, I hate them all. I hate the movies that they're making. They're unimaginative. No one's thinking about anything. They're lying to everyone.
Why do you have a manifesto of what JP sounds like? Do you have a book that just a hate book?
We have a Bible that says how to JP Sebastian.
No, for real.
In the dressing room.
So let's talk about the warning for our viewers up front. Maybe that you'd like to put out there.
So all silliness aside.
And it's all really family friendly, hopefully.
Yeah, no, all the footage is family friendly, but the movie that I'm going to be talking about is called Promising Young Woman. And for anyone who might find themes of gender-based violence and sexual abuse distressing, watch this on your own discretion. There's nothing that is graphically violent. I've edited all of that out, but it does deal with those very serious themes that we do need to be having conversations about.
Let's watch it.
I just thought that you were...
Drunk?
Yeah.
Really drunk?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. But that's good, isn't it?
I think you should leave.
Oh, now you want me to leave?
No, I'm really high. Like, I'm really high right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I think you should go.
But a second ago, you were determined for me to stay. You were pretty insistent, actually.
I'm a nice guy.
Are you?
I thought we had a connection, I guess.
A connection? Okay. What do I do for a living? Sorry, maybe that one's too hard. How old am I? How long have I lived in the city? What are my hobbies? What's my name?
I mean, how insane is it that this sort of scene plays itself out, maybe not so much in the empowering way that we're seeing this female character take on, but it takes place all the time.
And in ways that, I mean, I don't know if you encounter this. I know I encounter it as a guy, and a lot of guys do. Sorry to cut you out of the conversation earlier, but like, we have this model of what the abuser looks like. We have this idea of, oh, it's that type of guy. Yeah. But irrespective of your class, of your income, ability, or anything like that, there are, it's often, you might know, the nicest guy, wink, wink, the air quotes, like, oh, but I wouldn't do that to you kind of thing, like, who need to have these serious moments of, let's reflect on ourselves, and that we're A, all human, and B, need to have this discussion about what has society made us, and blah, 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 blah. But look, I'm here to talk about a movie, maybe let's dig into that a bit deeper.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Promising Young Woman stars Carey Mulligan, who I love dearly. Previously, you might have seen her in Drive with Ryan Gosling. She is Academy Award nominated for darn, I forgot the movie's name, but we're talking about A Promising Young Woman. Anyway, she's a great actress. And interestingly, she has had a past of acting often as the timid woman, a bit of a mousy type thing, but she's very versatile. And in this, she changes the game completely. Directed and written by Emerald Fennell, which is a fascinating name as it is, a woman director, who tells the story of a woman who is now in her 30s, dropped out of medical school under mysterious circumstances, possibly under circumstances that she has a lot of bitterness and anger towards. Don't know the story just yet, and we obviously shouldn't spoil anything necessarily, but she's made it her a mission in life to, during the day, almost like a superhero, by day, she's this boring barrister, she's happy to do this one job for the rest of her life. By night, she purposely fakes being totally smashed, like on alcohol, goes to a club and ensnares, whether it's, complete jerks, I have a lot more colorful language than that, or whether it's nice guys who come up to you, and she says it's always the nice guys who come check on you and go, oh, you look like you need a lift home, you look like you need help, etc. And so once she's got them in her claws, her clutches. I don't want to demonize this character too much because she sounds fascinating. Then she turns the tables completely and has a list of men who she's going through. Revenge stories, fun enough. So it's not necessarily just intellectual and serious cerebral stuff. It's also just a roller coaster jolt by the looks of it.
I'm getting goosebumps just like listening to you unpack this because it sounds insane.
Well, you must have been a fan of, and so if we put aside all the moralizing and stuff like that, just on the roller coaster vibe, stuff like, say, Kill Bill, where the bride is getting her revenge on all these people. Similar possibly in a way to like Hannibal Lecter, even, that she's a smart character who's manipulating people.
Yes, and is able to get her way in that way.
Girl with a dragon tattoo type thing as well. And that's nice as well. I often do find it very frustrating when movies about empowering women are like, yeah, she's this flawless, immortal goddess, and she can take over life on her own. I don't need to do anything as a society. But she has this past of pain of her own that impels her in this direction. But it's interesting in that it's also genre blending. It's also a rom-com at some dimensions, because this guy who might seem like the guy who heals the wound, if you want to put it that way, comes along.
Yeah.
So it's a black comedy in a way, as well as being this heavy kind of drama dealing with this thing in this fascinating stylized way that might remind you of even Drive that she previously acted in, a movie that's being called a masterpiece and a movie that will get nominated for some Oscars possibly.
Is it black comedy or dark comedy?
What's PC? I'm sorry. I'm joking. They call it black comedy, like just.
Is that what it's called?
Like in that it deals with something very heavily, but in a way that makes you go, oh, that kind of made me giggle, but made me think a bit too.
Yeah, and you think too, and that's the thing. I think for me, at the end of the day, is that these movies have to push us into a space where we are consciously thinking about issues that we have to deal with all the time, that women have to deal with all the time, and they have to also see themselves being mirrored in these characters, and almost have an out-of-body experience in that sense.
But also opens this conversation like we're doing now to speak about this and address this. This is what movies should do. Do you think this is going to be, you know, the pace for 2021?
So, and this is obviously in light of, there was that horrendous human, I don't even want to say his name, in the United States who date raped a girl, and then he had the audacity to have his lawyers send him on a continent-wide trip of the dangers of youth drinking.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the larger danger is society and how we say, oh, they're just boys being boys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just men being men. Oh, it's okay this, that's okay that. So this will be a conversation starter, I think, in a real sense of the word. But also, just filmically, might also just be memorable, like revenge-getting fun as well.
When is this movie out?
This is out this Friday, in fact. So,
Love it. Favorite thing to hear, that the movie that you are anticipating is almost out. Okay, well, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, JP Sebastian. Movies to look forward to in 2021. This one coming out this Friday. Let us know what you think of it. Expresso Morning Show, SABC 3 on Facebook.